What's up, everybody? Welcome back to One More Guitar. Thank you for watching. I decided to call an audible this week on the video because Squier announced earlier this week that they've got some new Paranormal series guitars and some new Affinity guitars. So I've been checking these out and thought it might be cool to kind of go over what they've released this week, especially since I had a friend of mine saying very recently that he was trying to pick up an Affinity guitar. So let's see what's out there today. Alright, so we'll start with the Paranormal series. And basically, if you saw last year's Paranormal series, these are the same guitars, they just have different finishes this time. First, we've got two new baritone colors here. We've got a surf green and then a 3-color sunburst. I picked up the black version last year and I really like it a lot. I've said several times that these are P90 pickups. They don't actually call them P90s, they call them soap bar single coils, but they seem to have P90 characteristics to me. But anyway, I think that's a really cool guitar, and I noticed after it went off the market, the value on it went crazy on Reverb. It got up to about $700, $750. So if they ever take these off the market, the value may go up, and they may be a good investment. I think both of these colors look good, depending on what your tastes are. All right. Next, we'll check out the Supersonics. We got two new colors here. We've got this blue sparkle. And then down here we have shell pink. This is a guitar I wasn't quite as interested in last year. There's no tone knob, it's just 2 volumes. And I saw some reviews where the tremolo didn't work very well and there was some issues with the switch, and I don't know, I just never was into that one very much. But this new finish looks kind of cool, so let's check that out real quick. And that looks pretty loud to me, and I've got a feeling that this stock photo isn't going to do it justice. It's going to be probably a pretty loud finish on this thing in person. I can see some people that would really like that, and some people that probably don't care for that. But kind of an interesting finish either way. Alright, next we'll look at the new Toronados. Here we've got a 3-color sunburst and a Mystic Seafoam green. And I think that Mystic Seafoam green looks really good. So the Toronado is basically like a Fender version of a Les Paul. You've got 2 humbuckers and you've got the Les Paul electronics layout here. And it's on an offset body. I do think these are kind of interesting. I saw some reviews last year that people didn't like the pickups in them. But let's check out this color. I think that looks pretty cool. Alright, next we have the offset Telecasters. I think last year had the best color. One of them looked, I can't remember what color it was called, but it looked like this weird brown color in the stock photos, but when people were getting them, they looked like walnut, and it looked awesome. I kind of regret not getting one of those actually. But I think all of these colors look cool, again, depending on your choice. Let's see. I particularly like the shell pink one because it comes with this mint pick guard. So I think that's pretty cool. Alright, next we have 2 new Cyclones. We have Candy Apple Red and Olympic White. I don't really know much about these. I think they have a shorter scale, and this, I think that's a Mustang body type. I think if I was going to pick one, I'd go with the Candy Apple Red, although I'm not sure about that pick guard. I think this would be an interesting mod platform. I feel like you could do a lot of stuff with the controls that are on here. Alright, moving on. They've got the Squier Contemporary series listed, and I want to take a minute to mention something here. In a previous video I did like this, where I said I wasn't going to buy a guitar, I bought this guitar. And I didn't say what it was because I thought it would be here within a reasonable time, but that was months ago. And since then I've actually swapped it. I wanted to try the hardtail version, so I got this one. And In that other video, I think I kind of dogged this color, but when I saw some videos of it where people actually had them, it looked a little better than this. So I'm interested to check that one out and give it a review. All right, let's move back to the new stuff. Now we're into the Affinity series. And right out of the gate here, this is one of the new models they have. It's a Telecaster Deluxe. And I think these things look really cool. Again, you've got the double humbucker and the kind of the Les Paul configuration here, but I'm glad they added this because I think that's a pretty sweet guitar. And I think there's another version, maybe one or two. There's a charcoal, and then here's a black one. Oh, and another thing you'll notice is this one has a maple board and this one has a laurel board. I don't believe laurel was available on the Affinity series before this, so that's something else that they've added to the Affinity series, which is really cool. The next thing they've changed is previously the Jazzmasters, you could only do humbuckers. You get 2 humbuckers and that was it. Now they actually have Jazzmaster pickups in them. So again, getting something a little more accurate in the lower price range, and that's always great. We've got a new Mustang here, 2 humbuckers. I think that's something else they're doing. Let's go and look. Yeah, you can see down here they've got Strats that are coming with humbuckers now, and that's something else that they've never done before. Oh, and another thing is they've changed from the 6 screw trim system to the 2-point trim system. And I think they've upgraded the pickups in these. So they've done an overhaul of this series, and I'm kind of interested to check one out. I hope my buddy picks one up, because if so, I'll definitely get it on the channel. And if he doesn't, maybe I'll pick one up. But let's see what else. Here's another thing they've done that's new. They've got figured top Stratocasters that are HSS configuration. Here's one, and here's the other one. I think that's awesome that they're offering stuff like this in the lower price ranges. That's really nice. I've really got to get a Strat that's HSS. Not going to buy a guitar today. Here's another one of the Jazzmasters that's in the Burgundy Mist. Again with the Jazzmaster pickups, so that's really cool. And now we're getting back into the contemporary Squiers, which we've already looked at. Looks like we've got a left-handed Telecaster here. Did I miss anything? Got your typical Strats and Tellies, and again, like I said, they've upgraded the trim system on the Strats, and they've upgraded the pickups in all of them. So I really would be interested to try one of these new Affinity series guitars and see, what it's like, because Squier may have just changed the beginner guitar game here. Before this, you were really trying to shoot for the classic vibe, in my opinion, because those are some great guitars for the money, but they're still kind of expensive in the over $400 range. But I think Squier may have learned, how popular those were, and maybe applied some of those principles to their Affinity line. And if they've made the pickups better and offered some new options here, like this flame finish, I think it's just going to make it more desirable for beginners to pick these up. Let's take a look at this. I'm sure this is a veneer, but it looks good. I also like how they're giving you the maple and the laurel option now. Again, it's just more things to drive beginners to buy these guitars. Check out some of these guitars a few more times here. I think this Burgundy Mist looks pretty good on this Jazzmaster here. Looks like you get the 2-point trim on the Jazzmaster too, so that's pretty cool. You don't get all of the usual Jazzmaster switching, but they seem to be moving away from that. This is a charcoal Strat. I also like this color a lot. This is one of the 2 humbucker versions. That's a pretty cool looking guitar there. And we'll check out one of the baritones here. I think both of these look good, but I don't know. Of the two, I might pick this one up if I was going to pick one, if I didn't already have one. I like the surf green too, though. The white plastics on this kind of make this cool in all of these. Alright, I just realized I completely missed the Cabernita Telecasters because I had it sorted by solid body guitars. So there's two new versions of the Cabernita Teles. You've got this Sunburst version that has an anodized gold pickguard, and there's a Lake Placid blue version. Personally, I do not think the first one looks very good. I like the blue one more. There's just something I didn't like about the black plastics with the Sunburst, but it's personal preference. Alright, I think that about covers it. Let me know what you think about the new Paranormal colors and what you think about the new Affinity series. I'm definitely interested in checking some of these Affinity guitars out. As always, I appreciate y'all watching, and until next time, take it easy and keep playing.